Hello, this is Chloe Blanket, and I will be analyzing the top 10 best-selling cards within the Pokemon set Shrouded Fable Part 2. Part 2 just implies that I have analyzed the bestsellers within the set before. A couple months ago, I am doing it again to see if there are any changes and just to go over the bestsellers within the set again so that we have an updated version of it. Yeah. First, let's go over how I choose and calculate my top 10. When choosing the top 10, I pay most of my attention to sales volume, market price, and market price changes. This is because in my eyes, the best-selling cards are those that are selling a lot at a relatively high price considering the card's history and the type of card it is. In order to calculate this, I look at the top 15 popular on price charting and the top 15 best-selling on TCG Player related to the set. I take all cards from the ones collected and rank them all based on price point, price change, and sales volume individually, and then from there I calculate the final ranking using a point system based on their placements in their individual categories. So a card that places first place in price point gets the most amount of points within that category, and the card that places last place in price point gets 1 point. And then I do that across all categories. I total all those points to get their final score, and then rank them based off that to get my top 10. From here on each side will contain an explanation of why I believe it is within the top 10, and then at the end we're also going to have a few honorary mentions. These are just cards that did not end up within the top 10 this time, for one reason or another. First, we have Duskull 068. It's currently ranked number 1. It was previously ranked number 3, so a little bit of a rise. This is an illustration rare, and illustration rares are always sought after by collectors regardless of Pokemon or artwork. These are just collector targeted cards, and so collectors like them. As to why, in addition, this is Duskull. Duskull is a cute ghost-type Pokemon, which makes it popular among Pokemon fans. The art style of this card is also simple but fitting, and so it attracts collectors and fans of Duskull. In addition, the art style matches other cards related to the Duskull evolution line, and that connects to the collectability of this card. This set includes the entire Duskull evolution line with matching artwork, and so collectors will seek to get them all. And so because the cards have a set, it boosts the popularity of the cards as they will want to be bought as a set, if that makes sense. Next, we have our number 2 card, which was previously number 4. This is another illustration rare. This is Monkey Dory 072. This is another illustration rare, so collectors want it. Monkey Dory as a Pokemon is part of the Loyal 3, which is a trio of Pokemon introduced in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. This gives the Pokemon story relevance and makes it well known among the fandom, which boosts its popularity. And then the artwork for this card is detailed and very visually appealing. We have a nice backdrop to the center focused Pokemon, which makes this card appealing to collectors and fans. Next, we have Dusclops 069, now ranked number 3, was previously ranked number 6. This is another illustration rare, so collectors want it. This is a simple but fitting art style that attracts collectors and fans of Dusclops. In addition, Dusclops is part of the Duskull evolution line, and so this art style matches the Duskull card that we've seen before, and also carries that collectability factor, which makes this card so popular. Next, number 4, we have Fezandipity EX038. This was previously ranked number 7, raised in the rankings a little bit. This card is mainly carried by playability. This card does not have as much of a competitive presence as other cards in this card, but is still relevant to competitive play. You'll say it says Pecharunt here, and I'll kind of talk about why later. In addition, because of its playability, this card has an alternate version found in prize packs. Prize packs are packs that can only be obtained by participating and or winning tournaments, and so they can only be obtained by players, making them more rare. In addition, this also affirms the playability that makes this card so popular. This is also Fezandipity. Fezandipity is, like Monkey Dory, part of the Loyal 3, and so it also carries that story relevance and makes it well known, which carries its popularity. In addition, there are other Fezandipity cards within the set, and similar to how collectors will want to buy all cards within the Duskull evolution line within this set, since there are multiple versions of Fezandipity cards within this set, collectors will want to buy all Fezandipity cards. Sorry. Next is our number 5 ranking. It was previously ranked number 19, so it was not within our top 10, but it was considered within our calculations of the top 10. You can see it's kind of raised a lot, and that I think has a lot to do with the fact that while Duskull and Dusclops were both within our top 10 last time, because they have raised quite a bit in popularity, so has Dusk Noir. But as to why it's up here, there's another illustration rare, so collectors want it, and then once again, part of the Duskull evolution line, so matching art style with the other cards, which raises its collectability and makes its sales demand much higher, which I think was influenced by the raising rankings of the other cards as to why it's now up here. Our number 6 card here is Cresselia 071. This was ranked number 10 last time. This is another illustration rare, so collectors want it. Cresselia as a Pokemon is a legendary Pokemon from Gen 4, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and so that gives it narrative relevance and nostalgia appeal, which makes it popular among the Pokemon fandom. In addition, this artwork's really nice. We have a dreamlike and ethereal art, which speaks well to Cresselia as a Pokemon and its lore and aesthetic. And because it works just really well with Cresselia as a Pokemon, the card becomes appealing to fans and collectors, which makes them want it. Next is another Fezandipiti card. So we talked about collectability before. This is one of the cards that are within the set. That is another Fezandipiti card. This is Fezandipiti EX084. It was previously ranked number 9 and it is now number 7. This is an ultra rare card, and ultra rare is a relatively high rarity tier, so that attracts collectors. In addition, it carries that same Pokemon popularity we talked about before with Fezandipiti. Fezandipiti is part of the Loyal 3, and so it has that story relevance and is well known among the fandom, which boosts its popularity and its sales volume. And it also has that collectability of the last Fezandipiti card that we talked about. Next, we have another Fezandipiti card. This Fezandipiti 073. This is a card that was not considered within our calculations last time. So not only was it not within our top 10, it was not part of the cards we collected from the 2 website because it wasn't considered in our calculations. As to why it's up here, this is an illustration rare and a full art, so collectors like it. Fezandipiti popularity, which we've talked about before, also brings it up here with that story relevance, which makes it well known among the fandom, which makes it popular. And then the artwork for this. For this, we have vibrant, detailed artwork that showcases the nature of Fezandipiti very well with its dynamic posing and its coloring. And it's also just a very displayable card, which basically means we have center-focused Pokemon that you can tell is a Pokemon, and it's very visually appealing, so collectors like to display cards like this within their binders. Next, we have another card that was not within our calculations last time. This is Okidogi 074, another illustration rare, so collectors want it. In addition, Okidogi is the third Pokemon, actually, that is part of the Loyal 3 that we've gone over. We've gone over all of them. The trio of Pokemon. So it also has that story relevance that both Fezandipiti and Munkidori carry, which makes it popular among the fandom. In addition, in terms of artwork, this is just a detailed and dynamic art that showcases the strength of Okidogi very well. It's also highly detailed, and the color palette works very well with Okidogi, so collectors and fans like this card. And our final card, our number 10, which is Horsey 067, which used to be number 5 before. This is another illustration rare, so popular among collectors because of that. In terms of Pokemon popularity, Horsey is a cute anime relevant Gen 1 Pokemon, so that gives it nostalgia appeal and makes it popular among fans and collectors. And then in terms of artwork, we have a soft art style and color palette, and a fitting, calm, scenic background, which fits the nature and personality of Horsey very well. This makes the card appealing to collectors and fans of Horsey. That's it for our top 10. Moving on to our honorary mentions, you'll notice something very quickly, and that is that these are all Petrifront cards. We have Petrifront EX039, which was previously number 1 and is now number 17. We have Petrifront EX085, which was previously number 2 and was not included in our calculations this time. We have Petrifront EX093, which was previously number 8, and once again also not included in our calculations at all. And obviously this is very interesting because they're all Petrifront cards, and so that means we had some sort of fall from grace with Petrifront. Petrifront previously was number 1 due to its prize pack series version and the fact that it was a very playable card, and so there seems to be a drop in the playability of Petrifront, something to do with standard rotation probability or just the meta of the game changing. That has reduced the run's card and therefore reduced its popularity. Petrifront also seems, since these are all Petrifront cards, seems to have dropped in popularity and value throughout the past couple of months, either from just its overall presence within the Pokemon scene, which has made it irrelevant, or it could be from overprinting of cards within the set and just the reprinting of the set that has caused certain cards to drop because of how much more common they are compared to before. That is it for my analysis of the top 10 best-selling cards within the set Shrouded Fable.